Okay, and we are back, and today we are talking about pro wrestling terminology. Now, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I think some of you out there are wrestling fans too, so let's just talk about pro wrestling. So, for instance, we have two big companies in the States, WWE and AEW, which is a new wrestling company. And here in the UK, we have a lot of indie wrestling all over the place, and we even have an offshoot of NXT called NXT UK. And at the moment, there are two branches of NXT. There's NXT that's based in Florida, and there's NXT that's based here in the UK. And both brands of NXT, they take up and coming wrestlers, and they give them a place to train, and then they'll be able to directly go to the main roster. So either Raw or SmackDown. Uh, and also in Europe, we've got wrestling all over the place: France, Germany, you name it, we've got it. Also in Japan, there's a big company called New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I encourage you, if you have not checked out Japanese wrestling, check it out. They're famous for their brand of wrestling called Strong Style. Like it's really hard hitting, and I can describe it as wrestling mixed with MMA. So yeah, and if you want a match to check out Kenny Omega versus Okada. They wrestled for an hour. Believe me, it's a serious, really good match. So let's start with our first word: babyface. What is a babyface? So a babyface is a good guy. They are a protagonist. So for instance, in wrestling, examples of baby faces are, for instance, John Cena or Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. They're all good guys. So that's a baby face, a good guy. Heel. What is a heel? Now, a heel is the opposite of a baby face. A heel is an antagonist. Examples of heels are Baron Corbin. Or if you want to look at AEW, an example of a heel is Shawn Spears. So he was the former Ty Dillinger in WWE. Kayfabe. Yeah, you heard me right. Kayfabe. It's a wrestling word. So what is kayfabe? So kayfabe is something that's true within the context of a story. So, for instance, earlier this year, Sami Zayn, a wrestler in WWE, he was in a match. And in that match, he did a move where he jumped over his opponent. And when he jumped and landed, he twisted his ankle. And everyone thought, oh my goodness, Sami Zayn is injured. But when the reports came out, we found out that Sami Zayn's ankle was actually fine. But within the context of the story, kayfabe, his ankle was injured. So that's kayfabe. Bump. What is a bump? So a bump is any time a wrestler hits the mat with their back. So they might be doing something, then pow, they'll hit the mat like that, and that's a bump. Hitting the mat with your back, a flat supported back. Pop. What is a pop? A pop is any time a wrestler gets a visceral crowd reaction out of the audience that are in attendance. So for instance, Stone Cold, he's not an active wrestler because he's retired. But anytime Stone Cold comes back, it's special. Or even The Rock, anytime The Rock comes back, that is special. Then, their music hits, then the crowd just goes crazy. Like, oh my goodness, it's The Rock. Or oh my goodness, it's Stone Cold. And everyone's like screaming. They're like, ah, and they can't contain their excitement. That is a pop. Gimmick. Okay, Jay, you know what? You're a good wrestler. Your ring psychology is alright, can be improved. But you're not quite connecting to the audience. Who are you? What is your brand? That is a gimmick. A gimmick is a wrestler's identity. It's their brand. So let's look at 3 of the brightest wrestling gimmicks in history. So first of all, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who is he? Stone Cold is an anti-authority figure. That's Stone Cold. The Rock. Woo! The Rock is one of the most... No. The Rock. The Rock is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. John Cena. His gimmick is hustle, loyalty, respect. He's a company man. He'll go above and beyond. He'll run circles around you. Okay, guys, that is it for today. But if there are any words I missed and you want me to cover, let me know in the comments down below. And I think I'm going to end on this. So, pro wrestling fans, we are aware that wrestling is now I'm not going to say fake, because that is an insult to the pro wrestling fans, because we know it's not fake, and it's an insult to the wrestlers who have trained for years to perfect and hone their craft. So what I will say is that wrestling is heavily scripted, and wrestling's more like a dance. Everything is choreographed, and that is wrestling right there. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon.